And what is up, everybody? All right. Last night was the Wilder Fury fight rematch, and Tyson Fury, you know, ends Deontay Wilder's winning streak. Deontay Wilder is no longer the WBC World Heavyweight Champion. Tyson Fury is once again WBC World Heavyweight Champion and still the lineal heavyweight champion. Now, they've been people have been treating Deontay Wilder pretty fiercely, since this loss. Like I've seen a lot of very, very very mean memes made. This, that, the other, and to be honest, is it warranted because of all this trash talk? I don't really know. And Deontay Wilder was a very long, had a pretty significant reign as WBC champion. And people complaining about, oh yeah, the fact that he has no hand skills, he just got that power. Well, that's what worked for him. That was his, that was his, that worked great for him. Like this, someone said, "Oh yeah, he needs to get some technique," or someone even said it looked like it was his first time ever boxing. Truth be told, I was an assistant instructor in mixed martial arts and Brazilian jiu-jitsu for 4.5 years. So trying to teach somebody how to punch properly, and it's somebody who's got no motor skills whatsoever. The punches are so ridiculously awkward and come at you from anywhere, and these people have no timing whatsoever. Despite the fact that these people cannot fight, you're actually having a hard time trying to you're actually having a hard time trying to keep up with them. It's the same thing with the winningest amateur boxer in the United States, Cam F. Awesome. Dude's like a 5-time national champion, well over 300 victories. I saw him in the documentary Counterpunch, and this guy, the way this one woman described it was, he fights ugly. It's ugly watching him fight, but he wins a lot. So I can't take anything away from Deontay Wilder for fighting the way that he did for so long, because it worked for him for so long. Just going up against Tyson Fury, a more wily and crafty veteran who was a hell of a lot more technical. They're already talking about a rematch between the two, rubber match, which is a huge mistake. Not because I don't think Tyson Fury, can handle him, but because Tyson Fury now has nothing to give up. See, at least with the fight against Fury still had the lineal title. He still had the lineal heavyweight championship, and that's what a lot of people try to focus on: the man who beat the man who beat the man, and that all leads up to Tyson Fury. So while Deontay Wilder was still WBC champion, and while the other 3 belts required to become undisputed champion are being held hostage by Anthony Joshua, these two duke it out to see if somebody could at least gain the lineal title, because that's important. It's basically, unofficially, title unification bout. So what happens? Tyson Fury, still lineal heavyweight champion. But Anthony Joshua lost his belts, then won them back. Okay, fine, whatever. Send Wilder after him. If Wilder manages to beat Joshua, then now Wilder has something to lose. Wilder actually has something to put up. Your titles versus my titles. Right now, the only person who could do anything like that is Anthony Joshua, who apparently, according to everybody, is basically holding the belt hostage. It's like he's not really fighting anybody. He's basically almost pulling like a Floyd Mayweather, and it didn't work out that well because he just, having lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. But then, of course, avenging that loss almost immediately. It's very important to understand this because I genuinely didn't care who won last night. I did not. I just want to find out for the first time in a long time who is the baddest man on the planet. A distinction that is only held by whoever is the undisputed champion along with the lineal championship. That is the only way to be considered the baddest man on the planet. And I believe the first person to have done that was Mike Tyson. Even when Lennox Lewis was lineal heavyweight champion, either time, because apparently he was a two-time lineal heavyweight champion. Either time that he was lineal heavyweight champion, I don't think that he was undisputed at the same time. And the last person to have possibly done so was Riddick Bowe, until he threw away the WBC title. I'm not, and it's the same nonsense with Mayweather. People try to tell me that he's undisputed. It's like he's got 5 WBC belts. He doesn't have the other titles. He never had all of in any of the 5 weight classes that he was a world champion in. He was not undisputed in any of them. So to call him undisputed is stupid. Right now, you got Tyson Fury, the WBC and lineal heavyweight champion, and you got Anthony Joshua, who's probably not looking to fight Tyson Fury, but he's got the IBF, the WBA, and the WBO titles. If he's not going to fight Fury, Wilder needs to fight Joshua, because that's a fight everybody wants to see anyway. And now, since both of them have losses to their record, go for it. You might as well. It wasn't like, before with two undefeated champions, you had with the 3 undefeated champions that they had, lineal, Fury, Joshua, and Wilder. Now you only got 1 undefeated champion. He still doesn't have the rest of the belts, and we haven't had the fact that we haven't had an undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis, and the fact that all these freaking sanctioning bodies and these freaking promotions won't let these guys, fight it out to finally see who is the best, to finally see, okay, this is how it's actually going to go down, because the sanctioning bodies need to, the sanctioning bodies, as crooked as they are, they really need to step up their game, though. They really need to start putting the screws into these fighters, because so many times it's like, oh, well, I'm not getting paid, this, that, the other. It's like, no, if you don't fight, we're taking the belt from you. That's it. I mean, the same thing happened to that idiot in that one idiot in freaking Counterpunch, the pro boxer who wins the WBO championship, then refuses to fight and gets stripped of the title. Then comes back trying to win back the belt that he never lost, only to go for a draw. Because all he's worried about is staying undefeated. And you got Floyd Mayweather's dumbass trying to tell him, yo, you undefeated for a reason, and then have this idiot lose his first fight instead of being a fighting champion. Because that's what people want to see. We don't care about the money. We want to see who's the best, period. I genuinely don't care who wins. I just want to see the baddest man on the planet. And until that happens, we're never gonna, especially heavyweight boxing, is never gonna get back to what it was when Mike Tyson was champion, when Holyfield first became champion, when Riddick Bowe first became undisputed champion. Until that happens, until we finally see something like somebody that's like, no offense or buts, that dude right there, he is the baddest man on the planet. Until that happens, you're never gonna see the same prestige or the basically everything that was heavyweight boxing back in the 90s. Until that happens, we're not gonna get it. I'm done talking. You guys have a good night.